Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Sam and this is a channel all about cross stitch. I just want to say a huge hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I've had quite a few new people over the last couple of weeks, so thank you very much. And obviously a big hello and thank you to everybody else that's been watching right from the beginning. I've got my usual sort of WIPs to go through with you today, and a new start and a fully finished object. So I'm quite excited to show you those. I've been making project bags again, so I'm going to show you one of my new bags. And then I've got a bit of an update on the cross-stitching retreat, which I mentioned in my last video that I was on the lookout for somewhere to go in the UK and hopefully meet some new friends. And there's something in progress, so I'm excited to tell you all about that. And if you follow me on Instagram, you probably already know, but I'm going to talk to you about it anyway. So I'm going to make a start. I'm going to jump straight into my WIPs first off, and I think I'm going to show you my project bags as I go along, just so you can kind of see my journey. Really, my original ones are all really floppy and not sewn very well, and now I've found a really good combination of what interfacing to use, and my sewing skills are just getting a little bit better. So yeah, I'm going to show you some of those as well because I'm really proud of them, and yeah, I'd like you to see them. And for anybody that is spending a fortune on project bags, although I like to really support local makers, if I can make a project bag, anybody can. As long as you've got a sewing machine, I encourage you to give it a try because it's not as hard as it looks. But I'll show you them as we go through anyway. And if you've got any questions, then please just pop them in the box below. One thing I did want to just say is anybody that is new here and not subscribed, I'm getting closer and closer to that 1,000 subscriber number. I'm planning on doing something really big, a nice good giveaway at the end, if I can get to 1,000 subscribers. So please do, if you like what you see and you want to see more from me in the future, hit the subscribe button because it does mean a lot to me and it makes me happy to know that people are following along with my journey. And as I said, when I get to that 1,000 number, I'm going to do a nice big giveaway. So please subscribe. So let's jump in now. I've plugged my channel to you all. So here is the first one I'm going to show you, and if you've watched my channel before, you will have seen it tens of times now. This is Mini Witching Hour by Heaven and Earth Designs. The designer is Lisa Parker. So I'll put a photo of where it was before. And here we are now. So I worked mainly on trying to finish the cat. I've still got some left to do in the eye, and the paw comes all the way down here. But I stitch in a hoop, so I just did the area that was the space that was available. And then I started working down on the candle and towards the bottom of the books. And I also filled in a lot of those dreaded books. Part of me just wants to leave those until the end, but if I do that, I will never finish them. So this is how it's looking. So since you last saw this, I have done 3,576 stitches, which now brings it to 40,175, which is 54.29%. And it's stitched on 28 count. I think it's Easy Guide, whatever it is. All my full coverage ones are stitched on the same. I think it's either the Easy Guide or the Easy Count, one of them. For those of you that are new, my goal is to have this finished by October because that will be its first birthday, and this will be my first ever Heaven and Earth Designs full coverage finish. So yeah, I'm really happy. I think it looks great. And I just can't wait to get it finished now and get it in the frame. Although I think when it is finished, I'll probably really miss working on that one. So yeah, that's my focus piece. The next one is one that's not been out in a while. Oh, I forgot to show you the project bag, the thing that I said that I was going to do. So they are full of junk, obviously, because they're actively being used. So they're all this vinyl front, and this one I did in very Halloween style fabric with little black cats on, and then just a black zip and a black background. But this was one of the first ones I did, and you can see it's really, really floppy, so it won't like really stand up on the shelf or anything, this one. I used like, it was interface, but when it came, it was more like a wadding, you know, like a really soft, like cushiony fabric, which is nice because it gives it that thickness, but it doesn't give it the sturdiness. So that's the main thing that I've changed. And then the fabric, although it's looking a little bit battered now because of all the use, it's just a polycotton fat quarter, which you can get everywhere. I get loads from Aldi just because they're so cheap, and they do like some of the Disney ones, which is really nice. Or you can get them pretty cheap on Etsy, to be honest. So yeah, that's my project bag for that one. My next one, I said you've not seen this one in a while. This is Lo and Behold. Hopefully you can see that with the sheen. This is Lo and Behold, and it's the Long Dog Sampler. And I worked on this just for 2 days. Ooh, can I hold it? And here we are with this one. So from last time, oh, I can't hold these very well. I think I did some more of the writing here. And this little guy, the little turtle, if you can see him, and then started the elephant and did some more at the bottom here. So I worked on him for 2 days, like I said, and I did 537 stitches. All my full coverage I do in 10 stitch 2/1, but this one I've done 1/1, and this one is on 25 count Lagana in the colour bone. Yeah, so I think this one will take me forever. It's one that I do enjoy working on, but I think because there's quite a lot of blocks of big colour and I'm only using like 5 colours, I'll work on it for a couple of days and then I'll want to put it away. But I really like how it's coming along, and I love the colours. And I still think sort of like the crocodile up here might be my favourite. But yeah, it looks really good. So happy with that one. And this one lives in this bag, which is all animal print. And I tried doing like a quilting effect on this one last time. And I made it a little bit bigger, just because I wasn't initially going to leave this in the Q-snap. So I made it a little bit bigger so it's got like this extra area on here. It didn't quite work out as well as I planned, but I still really like it, and it's still functionable, and it's made well enough that it's not going to come apart. So that is the main thing. So yeah, this is the project bag for that one. My next one is the Story Keep Pocahontas, and this one is from Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artist is Melanie Dellen. I spent, I think, maybe just 1 day on this one actually, and here she is. So not done too much. I think I filled in a lot of the background here and started working on her arm coming down. So it was mainly this area here that I worked on. But again, she is coming together nicely, and yeah, I still think she looks better a lot further away, but the colours look beautiful. And I really like her hair as well. I still need to finish off this bit here. So where you can see that sort of white patch, that's going to be some feathers in her hair. But again, there's quite a bit of confetti in there, so I've kind of been putting that bit off. But that is that one. And she stays in a bag that is completely not related to what she is. But this was one of the first ones I did, and this is the Harry Potter themed one, a Quidditch one. So yeah, that one's really cute. And then the last WIP I worked on is Serena Sprout by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I've not got the figures of how much I did, just because I brought it to work to do on my lunch yesterday and my iPad had died and I didn't have the charger. So I actually did it on a paper chart, and I've still not transferred it over as yet. But this is where she is. Oh, let me hold it back a bit. So I think the main bit that I worked on was up around this area. Did the leaves and the flower. I'm still not sure whether these flowers actually blend in a little bit too much. But my other idea was to use the sulky blue, but then I didn't know if that would be too bright. So I'm just going to leave it for now, and I can always change it later if need be. But she's fab. Just look at her. Look at the hat and the little flowers. She's gorgeous. I think that when I get to the skirt, it's going to go a lot slower because it's all pretty much full coverage. But for now, I'm really, really happy with it. So this is on 28 count, and this is 2 over 2, this one. And this was a custom fabric by the Stitchy Ferret. That is her. And she lives in, again, what? Let me just hide that because you will be able to see the pattern. Didn't think that one through. And she is in one of the earliest bags that I ever made that's probably in the need of a little bit repair now, because it's seen about 3 different projects, this one. And this is a Disney Princess one, and this was from Alday the Fat Quarters. And I don't know if you can see, it's got some very cute fabric on the inside. So yeah, that's where she lives. So then going on to New Start. I've not got a cover picture for this one, but I'll put a photo in the video when I edit at the end. And this is Sleeps with Butterflies. And I mentioned in my last video that I was going to be starting this one. And that is all I got done. I've only worked on this one evening, and that was 594 stitches. And this again is done on 28 count easy grid, I think it is. And that is done 2 over 1 10 stitch. I just need to show you my needle minder as well. How awesome is that? Love this little guy. And he's so, it's such a strong magnet as well. It works great. So for this one, I made a new project bag. I actually made 2 at the same time. My other one is a Disney Villains bag, which I absolutely love, but I've not got a project in it right now. And because it's separate, I forgot to bring it with me, which I'm really disappointed about, but I'll show it in the next one. And this one's got a little bit crinkled because I just shoved it in my bag this morning, but you will get to see it anyway. So this is the one that's really, really sturdy. So yeah, I really like how these have come out with that new interface in. And I made it from little caravans, which is adorable. And then I just did this like candy stripe on the inside and the bright pink little zipper. So yeah, I'm really proud of how my bags are coming along. I think I'm probably gonna make one for the giveaway, I think, when I do get to the 1,000 subscribers. So that is going to be in part of the little pack that I'm putting together. Yeah, and it's just, and I'm getting neater. My edges are definitely, getting better. Before I used to like run off the fabric and all sorts. So yeah, I'm proud of them. So my next one, I actually started, I think the afternoon of I did the last FlossTube video, and it's one of my Serena stitch patterns that I got. If you watched before, you might remember that Ryan, my other half, he bought me, I think it was 6 Serena stitch patterns for Christmas. So I've already done the Peter Pan one and the Nutcracker. The Peter Pan one is framed and the Nutcracker one is made into a little cushion. So I started the Beauty and the Beast one, but I didn't, there was a few bits on the pattern that I didn't really like Mrs. Potts. I didn't really like her, and Cogsworth. So I wanted to just take out the bits that I did really like. So I did the central part and the rose, and then I used my Cricut machine just to make this writing, which is in the Beauty and the Beast font, and to do Mrs. Potts and Chip. And made sort of these little borders. And I really like how it came out even. I don't know if you can see, I used different like papers that were in the colour scheme of Beauty and the Beast. And hopefully the glare's not too bad. But there they are, all finished. And I just popped my initials in and the year that they were finished. You got Mrs. Potts and Chip, and then that's the little rose that I stitched as well. So yeah, I really like this. It's up on my finish wall, and I think it looks good. The only thing I'm not sure of is whether it needed something else up at the top, maybe a bit of a border or something. But I can always add that at a later date. And these frames are just from IKEA. They're little shadow box frames, so they've got, probably about an inch for you to sort of build up your picture. And I think these are about £4. They are so cheap. I use these all the time. So yeah, that was my start and finish. Oh, I forgot to say, this was on 20 count by the Sticky Ferret. And I got this fabric in like a Fiverr Friday deal. And there was enough for me to do that, the rose. And then I've started in, if you get the World of Cross Stitch magazine, in the latest one, there was like a nursery mermaid, different patterns. So I'm going to sew a strip that's left over from that fabric, and then I think I'm going to turn that into like a little cushion as well. But because I'm not tracking the numbers or anything on that one, I'm going to just show you guys when it's all finished. So I've already done one mermaid and a couple of little bits of seaweed. I just want to do a seahorse and maybe a turtle and another mermaid, but I will let you know anyway. That's just one that I work on like when I'm sat in the garden with Lizzie, because it's such a small pattern, and I don't need Pattern Keeper or anything for that one. So yeah, that's everything that I've been working on. I think maybe it's about time that I do a WIP braid. Do I dare say it? My last one was in January, so it's been quite a while. And especially because there's quite a few projects that I've got that I don't work on regularly. You know, I might pull them out every couple of months. There's some that you guys have not seen in a long time. So I think it's about time for that. When it's going to be, I don't know. Maybe the next video or into July. I'm kind of dreading it in a way because it just takes so long. And I think my last one was about an hour and a half. And it absolutely looked like a bomb site in my craft room when it was finished. There was just project bags and bits of fabric everywhere. So yeah, that's on my to-do list, I think. I did try doing a stitch along as well, and I was like 10 minutes in and my sister started ringing and she was on the phone for about an hour. So I actually just carried on stitching while she was on the phone and didn't record. So I am trying to do different things, but yeah, life gets in the way. So the next thing that I wanted to talk to you about was the cross stitching retreat. So I said on my last one that I'd seen the guys. I think it was organised by the Ellie Welly Stitcher, and Teresa, the little stitcher, went as well. That was a retreat in Essex at the start of the year, and I was so jealous that I didn't get to go, and I messaged them, and it's sold out for next time, but I'm on the waiting list. So I talked to a couple of people on Instagram and at the comments on YouTube in the last one that said that they kind of live local and they wanted to come along to a retreat as well. I messaged a few sort of groups, and there was a lot of Zoom meetings, but not many actual big get-togethers, and that's what I was looking for. So we decided to just make our own, which is crazy. So I spent probably about 3 weeks researching different venues, getting an idea of costing, and I put together a Facebook group which is called Floss Friends UK, and everybody is welcome, not just people in the UK. And we have set up a retreat which is over a weekend. It's the 8th and 9th of October this year. It's based in Retford, in a beautiful country location in it's a Best Western hotel. It's mainly used for weddings and things, so it's going to be really nice. And yeah, we're welcoming everybody. It's really affordable, the tickets, so you can come for just one day, which is £20, or you can come for the full weekend, which is £30, and each ticket gives you your refreshments and your lunch for that price for the day as well. So it's really affordable. There is some tickets left, but they are selling quick. I think I've sold over half now. There's 50 tickets per day, and it only went live yesterday. So if you do want to come, I encourage you to join the Facebook group, or if you've not got Facebook, then private message me on Instagram, because the messages don't always come through on YouTube, and I can give you all the information and we can look at getting you involved. But we've got people coming from all over. There's Portsmouth, Wales, London. I've got somebody interested from Scotland and even somebody from Germany. So yeah, there's a lot of people wanting to come. And my favourite FlossTuber, Lauren at Flossabilities, is coming with her mom, which I'm really excited about. And then my favourite fabric dyer, the Stitchy Ferret, who is run by a lady called Sophie. She is coming along on the Sunday as well. We've got exclusive patterns, fabrics, all sorts going on. So I think it's going to be an amazing event. So if you do get the opportunity to come, then please do. I would love to meet you all in person. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Sorry it's a little bit short and sweet, because I've only worked on a few projects and I've really focused on the witching hour. There's not that much to show you, but I hope you really enjoyed it, and I'll be back in the next couple of weeks with another update, which may be my WIP, WIP parade. But do keep in touch. Do feel like you can drop me a message on Instagram. I love to get to know you all. And hopefully you can hit that subscribe button so we can do our giveaway. So thank you as always for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.